Shay. In and out. Let's go. Don't know if I'll be able to pull anybody on here with me today. One Love and Wellness, love plus art equals wellness. Heart Happy Hour, Precious Mother Love. Heart Happy Hour is in their season 4. Awesome, awesome, guys. That's me singing in the background. If you cannot do it, then you gotta go back through it. To the top, it's gonna lock, it's gonna lock. If you want it, you can do it. And that is a tune that I did with I.J. Sterling, super duper producer in the Situation Room Music Studio. If you can hear me over the music, I don't know, but don't say how, just say wow. It's on the tip of my tongue, it's going down through my tummy. I can feel it, let it flow. So I hope everybody's having a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous, fabulous day today. It's a beautiful day. I missed the snow the other day in the DC area, and I took a trip south. It was beautiful. I was able to join Melanin Monday with Black Magic 363, with Red Pill. Blue Pill was in Denver. Blue Pill's wife was representing the blue side of the family. And we had a hot time in the house. It was, oh my gosh, some powerful, powerful artisans. We had other copper dealers. You know, I'm not used to that. I'm used to maybe one, but not one, two, three, four copper dealers. And the fifth person that I was thinking was also, you know, a powerhouse. She had crystals. She made crystal crowns. I mean, just, you know, stringing the crystals, or however she had gotten the crystals to uh, m- mold into the crown. But in any case, love plus art equals wellness. So I am doing a follow up. I'm on the road again. I haven't hit the highway at this very moment. I just left Virginia Beach. I'm sorry, Myrtle Beach, and it was an awesome time. I watched the sunrise over the water. You know, after the ceremony on Monday night, which included some discussion of the Kali Yuga, which was ending in the Iron Age, and sort of like a pivotal portal period that was available on Monday, Moon Day, Martin Luther King Day. You know, all these holidays, holy days are hidden in plain sight, you know, just like I spoke of on Soulful Sunday. On Sunday, I actually spoke of it on Eye of the City. You know, I was with Ghost from, well, he and I had been on another previous radio show together, but Ghost, who is a DJ and a drummer and a philosopher, and he continues to deal in words of healing. He continues to share what his thoughts are on, uh, from the male perspective, on healing our humanity. But again, back to, you know, well, okay, let me say this. I was on a 3 podcast tour. Saturday or Saturn day, I was on the Eye of the City with Lawrence, Ghost, and Stan. And so then on Sunday, or the day of the sun, I was with Master Shep and Tony. Master Tony is what I want to say, but he has another title or another handle, another appellation that I don't recall the specifics of it. And then the other is, I am confused about, oh, this is the third one, but I have a little confusion on that third one as well, which is, I'm not sure what Red Pill's new handle is on Instagram. I hope I can get it soon. But, you know, he was the host of the third podcast that I was in attendance of, somewhat influence of, and was vending at the event, which was Melanin Monday, with Red Pill and Rich from Black Magic 363. Red Pill was interviewing Black Magic. So The room was magic. The room was buzzing. It was high energy. It was elevated. And it was so much going on and vibrating in that room. Everybody was on the ball, on their toes. And I was going to say their A game, but living in your purpose, whose game can you compare it to for you to get an A? But oh man, I met some beautiful, wonderful, marvelous people. The business itself, I was doing business the whole time. I was in precious mother love mode the whole time. So I was giving words of healing. I was doing some connections, connecting people and things, and I got connected to them. So, but the things that I really, really, really wanted to talk about, we're gonna hit the highway so I can talk about that. Okay, so give me a few moments so that I can rev up and roll out. Here comes someone behind me before I can go. All right, now is my turn. Ashe. All right, family. So the way this last uh, week has gone, because I headed south on Sunday after the Soulful Sunday show, eased my way down and made a full effort. But to be very honest, your girl is not used to being around the kind of vendors that were in attendance at this event. And it very well may be because I'm not in as much attendance with events that have this sort of powerful energy attached to it. I did do a major Kwanzaa event at Union Temple Baptist Church over in Southeast, and it went well. I did a whole week long, but that's a whole different mindset. Oh boy, this loudness. The road may be competition for my words. I hope you can hear me. I think I'm about to be over the biggest part of the bumps. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like my wheels are very loud. So I may not be able to have such a long conversation, but just very quickly, I will be back in the house for Melanin Mondays in 2 weeks, and it will prove to be another hot time in the house because King Simon will be on this show and a few others that I'm not as familiar with, but it'll stand true to form that it will be definitely top notch. And so if you guys get a chance to go back and see some of the recordings of the show, or if you get a chance to come down in person and check your girl out, it'd be beautiful for that to happen. But I really wanted to be able to give you what led up to me making the move to attend that event. And it just hit me like a brick. Like I was supposed to be there when they went up Stone Mountain and when they did the recording of I Can Do Magic. I was supposed to be there, but you know what happens. Everything happens for a reason, right? So those events apparently, I guess, were bigger crowds of people. And I was able to have an audience to and rub elbows and get connected and absorb the vibe and influence the vibe for the whole evening. It was just a wonderful voyage, a wonderful experience, as I have shared with one person that I texted this morning or this afternoon. So right now I'm passing the Rocky Mount exit for North Carolina, and I only have like 20% on my phone, so I am not going to hold us for too much longer because the phone will otherwise die out and I won't have a chance to save it. So, but what led up to me going down to this event, I was supposed to be in Arizona during this time, and I decided not to go to Arizona because I was going to go to the RTR, if anybody's familiar with that, which is like, I guess it's similar to the Burning Man or to the Schoolie Fests or all the different major festivals that involve campers and RVs and van campers and all like that. And I'm sort of touching on that van camping arena. You know, I like to travel, and I'm taking my home on the road with me. I am in a vehicle of that size, but I decided not to go to that event. I decided that this event was going to be more beneficial, more spiritual, more enlightening. Was going to have more purpose in my life. Was going to be on purpose. Was going to be in my lane for my mission. And even there still, you know, because I know that my jewelry is a part of my mission, but I didn't realize just how much it was a part of my mission. Because I know I like to do, I talk about healing. I have my 5 words of supernatural wellness. You know, I talk about, you know, all the different spiritual things that happen to me, and I try to make sense of them and share the lessons of those life hacks with you guys. But I am really amazed at how much more my mission took form and shape after meeting these other copper dealers, these other copper crafters, to see them and what they have produced. You know, a lot of times folks look at my stuff and they're like, wow, this is amazing. Granted, what's that? Kwanzaa cleaned me out. I mean, I made good money over the Kwanzaa period. Kwanzaa cleaned me out. So a lot of my top notch, very detailed, very ornate, very, you know, bling bling was sold. I mean, I made some new stuff so I could take it on the road with me, so I could be there with these guys. I mean, I made some new crowns and sold the crowns. You know, didn't even vend anywhere in particular, but by people seeing them, they got sold. I made new rings. I made new wands, and thought those would be good pieces to bring to the energy and the vibe for this. But let me tell you what it was like when I walked in. Well, first off, you know, before anybody walked in, I met one other person. Got there around the time I got there. These 2 brothers that are copper dealers, and you know, they came. We were in the same area, so you know, of course, I struck up a conversation, and I was like, "Hey, what are you vending?" You know, and I says, "Let me guess. I guess it'll be you're a copper dealer, right?" Because when I looked at his finger, it was just a little small ring, but he had a ring on. I said, "Oh, you know." So then at that point, let me think. Okay, wow, what else? You know, and who else? Hoping that I would have the opportunity to stand out in some way, but nope, I didn't stand out. These folks, these brothers, it was it was 4 other vendors. So it was a sister, I don't know her name, it was Black Moses, it was this duet, this other guy and this girl, the other guy, 2 guys, whatever, that came from Columbia, North Carolina. I think that's where he said he was coming from. And so, you know, but these folks, looking at their stuff was very inspiring to me. It was very, you know, like, because even though most of my good stuff, most of my ornate stuff, most of my detailed, you know, really bling blinged out, bedazzled stuff wasn't on my table because it sold during the Kwanzaa period, that just lets me know, you know, come with the cream of my crop. You know, don't doubt the audience. Now, with the number that I had in my mind, that I had the desire for to achieve in terms of dollars in my pocket. But in terms of, was able to reach, the decision, the whole, like, it's like something finally clicked in me to say that, yeah, this is your mission, you know, because that floor plan, the way we were set up, as soon as you walked in the door, there was crystals on the right and crystals on the left. Then next there was copper on both the right and the left, and additional dealers. So it was like a couple of copper and crystal dealers on one side, a couple of copper crystal dealers on the other side. And as you went down the row, which, you know, the whole room is in the middle of that, but as you go down, then you see the stage towards the back. So we had actually, we were amping up the energy in my mind. In my mind, we were in the royal courts. We were covering the throne with our creative conductors. We were conducting the energies into a royal flow, into a elevated flow, into an enlightenment, a place of enlightening. I mean, it was just beyond whatever I could have expected. Now, another person might have thought something totally different from what I thought, but this was what I thought. I felt it. I felt the vibe and the energy. It was like the walls were shaking from how much energy. I got really, really sensitive. Now, the number that was guessed, because there was a guessing game thing going on, that that Rich from Black Magic 363, he was like, I'm sending you the number, and he went around the room a couple times, and people were having trouble finding the number, and then finally somebody found the number, and I will say that number had crossed my mind, but for whatever reason did not get, I said one number one time, and then I shut it down. The number had come to me in the beginning before I said the number that I said, because I second guessed myself. And then it came back to me just as the other person was saying it. I was like, should have said that, And, another one of those moments was that there was a brother that was presenting a gift to the host of Black Magic 363, that's Rich. He was presenting a gift to him, and I swear to God, not 2 minutes before that, I had picked up what I wanted to give him, and he actually was, no, it wasn't 2 minutes before that. It was actually maybe 20 minutes before that, because it was before he went up on stage, where I was ready to present a gift to him. And he kept going, he was in a conversation, he kept being in a conversation. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. Next thing I know, I got distracted for whatever reason. I decided to go back to my table because I didn't want to leave it for so long. I was hoping, and, to get the opportunity later. But when I did get an opportunity later to talk to him, we did talk about a crown. So, whatever the case is, that's covered. Even though I didn't do it in the grand way of the gesture that I had initially expected to do, I will have the opportunity to present arms and wares and goods. So that's the wrap up on that. That was an awesome activity for my spirit. Right after that, I spent the night in Atlanta. My godmother is in Atlanta. And then from there, I decided I needed to go to the water. I still needed some additional, I know that portal and the window was open, apparently, wide open on Monday. But, for 2 weeks or a week and a half prior to the, and what did they call it? I know it was the ending of the Kali Yuga Iron Age, and I know it was going into the off switch and, flipping the switch for the golden age to be ushered in. I was feeling that about a week and a half before, or I don't know what I was feeling. I just know I was energized. In the middle of the night, the spirit would wake me up and it would have me go do something or talk about something or write something down, or, when I say talk about something, talk about it with myself, my own peanut gallery, because I do have, I believe, a council, that I consult that are, giving me the good stuff, giving me the gold. So, in any case, I just wanted to make sure that I stopped past the water at Myrtle Beach. I saw the sunrise. And from there, I left and headed north. So today is Wednesday. So that was 2 days ago. But, now I am finally back into the mindset where I can go back and I have my marching orders. I know what my next moves are. I know how I'm going to move forward. So, I am going to, I've been energized. I have been meditating. I have been consulting the council. And I have been consorting with my cohorts and my colleagues, and it has been I mean, like kickoff to 2024, kickoff to this year's business mindset, mission. It's just going to be, it has proven so far that my hunches are paying off. Now, granted, one of my hunches was I needed to go have a hot soak before I went to this activity. I did not. I was walking around sore. I did have a hot bath after, but I really needed that beforehand, and I will not do that again without putting myself first and foremost, because timing is everything, and I know that how things go. Things are supposed to start this time, this, that, and the other time, and people get there. The attendees and so on. It was a full house, but it definitely it was a barren desert before we got there, but it was right in the hood. So anyway, I felt the need to or the gnosis. I needed to know something, sis. I needed to know a little bit more, not just to believe or believe it. I really needed to just come hit a home run for my own team, my own purposes, soak up. And, because I'm a sensitive person, so I really needed the time that I took to creep my way and crawl my way back to, well, I wasn't in a hurry to get back to the snow, for one thing. Of course, they say it's going to snow again on Friday, but OMG, this man is jumping right out in front of me, which is 70 miles per hour. And this dude, and I got a big old tractor trailer behind me. OMG, this dude, please. So, anyway, in any case, that's right. I wish you the best. I hope everything works for you. You know what? That man, he's holding on to his steering wheel, holding his hands like in a formation, like he's doing mudras. And that very well may be. Bless these animal souls. I'm going by some roadkill. Next hawk I see, I'm going to stop and get me some of the feathers. I just might. I've done that before. I did that on my road trip to California. And didn't see any on my trip to Florida or to Myrtle Beach the last time I came down. I mean, I do road trips regularly. As a matter of fact, that's what Heart Happy Hour Season 4 has been based on, my road trips, which is why I had to make sure that I did get it in this time around. So, hope you guys had a beautiful, wonderful Kwanzaa holiday period. Hope that you kicked off 2024 in the best way. But I want to let you know, I am doing additional manifestation vision board classes. This is a 3-part class. The 3 parts include sacred sounds, sacred music, sacred words, sacred visions. There's a lot of sacred and hidden and key things that I'm bringing to it. Of course, I'm definitely putting in the gateway meditation on you. I'm definitely going to give you an opportunity to feel what I have gotten downloaded from the ethers, from my sun meditations, from my sun gazing. And by the way, speaking of sun gazing, let me share a tip with you. Because if I don't ever share anything else, the gateway meditation has been, that divinely downloaded. The name of my company was Divinely Downloaded. The 5 words of supernatural wellness were divinely downloaded. So I need to share this one other divine download. I shared it on Soulful Sunday, and I want to let you know something about my sun gazing. I've been able to amp it up. And how I do that, a couple years ago, 2018, I learned about sun gazing and how you don't look directly at the sun. That's one of the phrases they say. Don't look directly into the sun. Don't look directly into the light. So I go around the sun. This is what I was instructed. Go around the sun counterclockwise. And when you do that, it's as though you are fine-tuning the energy to the point where it's almost like as you magnify it, and then it actually explodes or grows in your pupil to the point where then the light is reflected back out. It's almost like you feel like you're laserized. So we did a live demonstration of that on Soulful Sunday, and what that ended up doing is showing how not only does it amp up your light, charge up the light in the retina and the reflection that is it's like it turns on your internal light beam. And so I want to share that with you, because when you meditate and you sun gaze and you do these things and you get these downloads, that broadens your band, B-A-N-D. That reminds me that we actually talked about Parliament. I'm going to do a show, my next show, I'm going to research and do some George Clinton and some Parliament Funkadelic lyrics and break them down as I would decode them. Because here recently, I'm finding that I am decoding things. And this is something that Rod Hayes had said, and something that Dr. B. Serious had said as well, is that during this time, this period that we were experiencing with the Kali Yuga and the ending of one age and the beginning of the next age, which we are now, like, I don't know, let's just say that the locks are now clicking into place, and that it's finally coming to, it's not a screeching stop, because it takes, it's just like a planet. When a planet like Mercury or whatever goes into retrograde, it's really slowing down until the point where it actually stills itself. It is still for a period of time, whatever that period of retrograde is, and it looks like the planet has gone off to the races. I mean, the other planets have gone off to the races, but it's just as though this planet has decided that it needs to take a rest or pause for the cause, whatever the causes are. So in this case, I see that since then, because I think February 2025 is when it will be more engaged, because in this April, when there is a solar eclipse, we will, I believe that's another, amp it up, kick it up to another level kind of thing. I want to stop and get some gas, but these places are extremely high. The more south I go, until I get to Georgia. Georgia is a little closer to a more reasonable range at the moment as far as the gas cost is concerned. But it's funny, because locally in the District of Columbia, our gas is cheaper than it is down here, more so south. North Carolina and Georgia, and that's North Carolina and South Carolina, it's a lot more expensive than I expected. I thought it'd be more reasonable down this way, but maybe not. But in any case, all I was saying was that we really are in exciting time right now. Things are kicking up to the next levels. The folks that I've been listening to, are gearing up. They tribing up. They are, clicking up. They are chiefing up. Whatever it is that they need to get into position, they are lining up. And I am too. I mean, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. You think I'm not? I'm waking up in the middle of the night and I'm following the Spirit. I'm saying the Spirit has not led me wrong yet. So I'm going to keep following the Spirit, and all those little small voices that keep coming to me. I'm getting more and more and more in tune with just following it as it speaks. Now, this is the thing, though. We got these outside influences that could be possibly transmitting to our IP address, to our internet protocol, to our specific electronic location, frequency, and channel on the dial. So it really is, good for you to get to know. First off, the science of self. The science of self is first and foremost above all things. So the more we get in tune with ourselves, the more we can sync up with our learning and knowing whose voice you're listening to. Which voice are you hearing? I will say earlier today, I felt the voice of the council. I will say on Sunday, during some of my drive time, I heard, really, it sounded like underwater, like the voices were underwater that were talking to me. And I wanted to say, because I was going to Atlanta, that it had something to do with Atlantis. I wouldn't put it past my fine tuning, my super sensitivities. I have been tuned into some tremendous things, and I'm not going to go into a brag spot right now, but I will say that ever since my gateway meditation, I've been living life on purpose, and my mission has become very possible. Very, very possible because of how serious that I do take this time. So, anyway, One Love and Wellness, Love+Art equals Wellness Heart Happy Hour Season 4. Precious Mother Love. I'm hoping that everybody that is, listening to the sound of my voice or watching this video is receiving all that they need, desire, and want. Or let's take away the wants, the needs, and the desires are being covered right now in the name of all that is regal, royal, holy, humble, in the name of all, the all of all. I'm wishing all of you the blessed, the be blessed. Sometimes those be lessons, because, it's either a lesson or a B lesson. Sometimes those B lessons, they come with a little bit of a sting, and they come with a little bit of a, stay tuned to the backup plan, don't quit your day job kind of thing, and that was part of what clicked for me on Melanin Monday. Even though the final number that was tallied into the plus column did not hit the number that I would so desire, it actually multiplied into a bigger category that I hadn't even considered, because I'm going back. And because I'm going back, I have an opportunity to magnify. Now that I have the tip of the iceberg covered, now it's time to go to the mountain. I didn't go to Stone Mountain that time, but the mountain came to me. Believe it or not, the mountain came to me. So all I can say is, believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic that's inside your heart. And believe all these things, not because I told you to, but believe in yourself as I believe in you. Anyway, I don't know. I ain't never done that. I've never broken out into song on my Heart Happy Hour. So something has changed, something new has come about, and something new is happening. And I love it. And I'm very hopeful and happy. I have so much gratitude. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking the like button. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. And thank you for joining me for this episode of Heart Happy Hour Season 4. Precious Mother Love. Love plus art equals wellness.